P4 number 86. What we want to do is we want to simplify this object, mathematical object. It's not a polynomial since we have things with non-integer powers. Right? But can we simplify this at all? Well, we see that we have a 2x to the minus 1 and a 2x minus 1 here as well. This one is to the power 3/2, and this one is to the power negative 1/2. Now, what we can do is we can use our power of 1 trick. Right? So recall that we have 1 is equal to anything over anything. Or if we have things with opposite powers, let's say we had 2x minus 1 to the 1/2 times 2x minus 1 to the negative 1/2, right? If we add up these powers, right, this is going to end up being 2x minus 1 to the 1/2 minus 1/2, which is the same thing as 2x minus 1 to the 0, which, unless the thing inside is 0, is 1. Okay. So now what we want to do is we want to use the fact that there's always these 1's floating around in here and substitute in this guy. Okay. So we're actually going to make it messier first. So we're going to get 4x cubed times 2x minus 1 to the 3/2 times 2x minus 1 to the 1/2 times 2x minus 1 to the minus 1/2. Right? So there's our 1. We're going to subtract off our other term, our 2x minus 1 to the negative 1/2, right? And now we have a common term in each thing. And if it's common, right, that means it's multiplying both things, and we can reverse the distribution. So we're going to get 4x cubed times 2x minus 1 to the 3/2 times 2x minus 1 to the 1/2. Right? And I'm pulling out the 2x minus 1 to the 1/2. I'm left with a minus 2x in this term. And then I'm multiplying that whole thing by a 2x minus 1 to the minus 1/2. Okay. Now, if you're observant, right, we see that I now have two pieces that have a common base and different exponents. Right? If that's the case, we can combine these as 2x minus 1 and then add the exponents, 3/2 plus 1/2. Well, 3/2 plus 1/2 is 4/2, which is 2, right? So this whole thing is 2x minus 1 squared. So this is what we're down to, right? We have a 4x cubed and a minus 2x, and we have our 2x minus 1 squared. We can go even a little further and pull out a 2x, right? 4 is 2 times 2. X cubed is x times x squared. All right, so there's a 2x in each term, and I can even pull that out. So let's do that. So if I pull out a 2 out of the 4, I'm left with a 2. If I pull an x out of the x cubed, I have an x squared. We still have our 2x minus 1 squared. If I pull out a 2x, right, well, there's always these 1's, right? So if I pull out the 2x, I'm left with a 1 there. I've pulled out the 2x, so that is now multiplying this thing outside. Okay. Right, now, Now we still have a lot of pieces here, right? We have the 2x squared multiplying our quantity 2x minus 1 squared, and we have this minus 1. So I want to see if I can combine this here. And one of the things I can do is I can actually square this piece out and then look and see if I can do that multiplication. Right? So we'll have a 2x squared. Now squaring this out, we can either do it out in FOIL, or we can see that, right, we'll have a 2x times 2x, so we'll have 2 squared, which is 4, times x squared, which is x squared. We'll have 2x times a minus 1, which is a minus 2x, but we'll also have a minus 1 times a 2x, which is another 1. So we'll have 2 minus 2x's, which is the same thing as minus 4x. And we'll have a minus 1 times a minus 1. Negative times a negative is a positive, so we're going to get a plus 1 out of there. And then we're going to subtract the 1. Right? And we still have not done this multiplication. This is multiplied by our 2x that we had earlier. And this is a 2x minus 1 to the negative a half that we still have outside. Now, we want to distribute in our next step our 2x squared and see what we get. Well, we'll have 2 times 4 is 8. X squared times x squared, same base. We add the exponents. 2 plus 2 is 4, so we'll have an x to the 4th. Minus times a positive is a minus. 2 times 4 is 8. X squared times x, it's a 2, and that's an exponent of 1, so that's an x cubed. 2x squared times 1, positive and a positive is a positive, so we'll have 2x squared, and we'll have a minus 1 floating out here. Now this is a quartic, right? There's an x to the 4th. I don't think this will factor nicely. It might. I don't see a way of doing it offhand, so I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to have my 2x out here, and I have my 2x minus 1 to the negative 1/2 outside. Now, the negative means that we can write this on the bottom, right? If we wanted to do that, okay, we would have all the stuff with the positive exponents up top, right? We would have our 8x to the 4th minus 8x cubed plus 2x squared minus 1 times our 2x. And then we move it to the bottom at the cost of the minus sign in the exponent. So 2x minus 1 to the 1/2. We could also, if we wanted to, I would accept this form. This is a perfectly good form. Another way you could write this, though, is you can multiply this 2x back into the top and recognize that the square root of something is equal to that thing to the 1/2. So another way of writing this is we could multiply our 2x in. So we get 2 times 8 is 16. X to the 4th times x is x to the 5th. 4 plus 1 is 5. 8 times 2 is 16. Minus times a positive is a negative. 3 plus 1 is 4, so that's x to the 4th. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 plus 1 is x cubed. We're going to get a minus 2x out of it. In the bottom, we have the square root of 2x minus 1. And that is another perfectly legitimate way of writing this thing.